Hey, what's up YouTube? 411 Deshaun here. In this video, I'm going to be doing a review on the Kyocera Rise for Virgin Mobile. It has a 3.5 capacitive touchscreen display with a resolution of 320 by 480. It also has a notification light that blinks red whenever you have a notification, and when you're charging it, it stays a solid red. And when it's done charging, like completely charged, it will stay a solid green until you take it off the charger. Down here you have 4 capacitive buttons, which is the back, home, multitasking, and menu button. This is running Ice Cream Sandwich 4.0. On the back you have a 3.2 non-focus camera with an LED flash and a vanity mirror. On the left side of the phone you do have your volume rocker up and down key, which stand out pretty nice, and they do give some pretty good feedback. Your micro USB charging port, and slide it up and it reveals a 4-row full QWERTY keyboard. Now the keyboard that I found typing with this phone is pretty easy and it's nice. Buttons have some really nice good feedback to them, and they are backlit blue, which kind of goes with the whole Android 4.0 theme they got going on for this phone. On the top you have your power lock key, 3.5 headphone jack, and also on the back is where your speaker is located. On the top you have a speaker grill. Call quality on this phone is pretty good. Didn't have any drop calls and people could hear me on the other line just fine. On the other side you have a dedicated camera button, which is always nice to see on phones nowadays. Removing the back cover, it has a 1500 milliamp hour battery, and underneath the battery is where you can find the spot for the micro SD card. It does come with a 2 GB micro SD card, and it is expandable up to 32 GB, and it also has 1 GB of internal storage memory in it. This phone has a 1 GHz Snapdragon processor, so it's a pretty speedy phone. And right here, it's going to go off camera, put in the unlock code for it. Let's go ahead and get this focused in. There we go. So now that we're focused in, as you guys can see right here, it is running Android 4.0 or 4.4 Ice Cream Sandwich, and everything on it is really fast and zippy because that processor is really nice on it. And then down there's a little notification to tell you what screen you're on. It has 5 different customizable home screens, and right here is a built-in Google search bar. And like that, I didn't even touch that. Sometimes this phone like registers a touch from like, I want to say a mile away, because I was literally like this and I really didn't even touch it. And it does the same thing with the soft keys too. If you like, sometimes I think that it's heat that just goes from your fingers onto the touchscreen or to the keys, because if you just like stay over it for a couple of seconds, it's going to touch it. Or maybe that's just me, maybe I did touch it, but I didn't feel myself touch it. But it has a built-in Google search bar, as you guys can see right here. Let's go ahead and jump right in to the browser. I'm going to use the default browser first. So here it is, the default browser loaded. As you guys can see, pinch to zoom works perfectly fine on the phone. And now let's go to the home, and I'm going to focus out for a couple of seconds. And now let's go ahead and go to Google again, and let's use the Motorola Fire, or the Firefox. I'm going to focus in on it. And here's the Foxfire. To me, they both look literally the same. Pinch to zoom is the same. Now let's go ahead and get into the multi-touch test. This phone can register up to 4 fingers at a time, so let's go ahead and focus that back out. So let's go ahead and do 1, 2, 3, and then 4. So it can register 4. I do have my pinky on it, you guys can't see, and it only has 4. So they're pretty responsive, and multi-touch is pretty responsive on this phone. Nice and smooth. Go ahead and back out of that, and down here you have the menu or the multitasking, which you can go ahead and use as, I guess, a little task killer, because the things that you're not using, you can just swipe them away and they'll go away. Like all this right here I wasn't using. Now if you go into the app drawer, it brings you a little nice notification, and also when you scroll from left to right at the bottom, you will notice an indicator telling you what page you are on. Now you do have to scroll from left to right, and it's not up and down, so if you're coming from the Optimus V or a phone that was an ice cream sandwich before, it will take a little bit of time to get used to that. And once when you run out of apps, it's just going to bring you right into the widgets. The widgets is another thing that you're going to have to get used to, because me personally, I'm used to going to an empty screen, then holding it down, and then waiting for the widgets option to pop up. But with this, I have to actually scroll over to widgets, then I have to keep scrolling, and then if this is the one that I want, I have to bring it over here and then drop it in the home screen. So yeah, so that will take a little time to get used to. This phone also does have mobile ID packs, which I'm not even going to get into that much, because if you're buying this phone and you've already been an Android user, the mobile ID packs will mean nothing to you. They are just basically themes and apps that you can download for certain type of movies or the environment, TV shows, stuff in that matter. Let's go ahead and hit the home button. Let's go ahead and go over the eco mode for this phone. Now the eco mode I don't use either, because it's like a battery saving app. Basically you can have this set to turn off the phone, turn off the haptic feedback whenever your battery is running out, and then right here you can set the settings to turn it off whenever you want. If the screen would reply to my touch, okay. Like there, it's at 30%, so if I ever wanted the phone to go into eco mode, which it would turn all these things on, or turn all of them off, the leaves represent how much battery life I'll be saving. So if I ever wanted to go into eco mode, that's what I would do. But I personally have mine set to never, because I don't need that. Because the battery life on this phone is pretty good. I've been using it for literally 24 hours straight, and I only had to charge it once, and that's with the Wi-Fi going, and I'm not in that good of a coverage area. And I just took it off the charger before the review. I don't know if you guys can see that, and I'm at 97%. And then like I was saying before, the phone does come with almost a gigabyte of internal memory, which you guys can see up there. And the phone does have an LED flash, so let's go ahead and get into that right now. So if we go ahead and turn this around and let it blind you guys, the light is really bright. Because it's a 3.2 megapixel camera, don't expect the highest quality just because it has a flash. To tell you the truth, the flash only makes it brighter. It doesn't improve the picture quality that much. So if we go ahead and get into the camera here, it also records video at 480p. So here it is, and then since it's kind of dark, the flash will go off. See, as you guys can see, you can barely see the flash right there, but in the back those are some boxes. So that's why you guys couldn't see it. But the flash is really nice to have on the phone. And then you can post this directly to Facebook. You can message it, Google Plus, or do whatever you need to do with it. Another thing about this phone is it doesn't come with that much bloatware like other Virgin Mobile phones do. Only thing it has is like Google Plus, Gmail, all your basic Google applications like Google Play Music, Google Play Books, and stuff like that. It doesn't come with Virgin Mobile Live or LG Chat or applications in that matter. Now when recording video, you will be asked to record an MMS or a long video. The MMS is for messaging, and you actually can record with the LED light on. So here it is. The LED light is on. And if I wanted to, I could record the video. You can change it to WVGA or just VGA. I found that when I have it at WVGA, it kind of cuts off a little bit of the screen, and I like to have a full screen when I'm recording. So if I was just to hit record, so this is a test video with the flash on, and I also will upload a test video directly from the phone itself. but just to give you guys an example of how it plays. Test video with the flash on, and I also will upload a test video. So yeah, going back to the home screen, once when you hit the home button, the flash will turn off. Going back to the home screen, you actually can take a screenshot now, so you don't need to download an app. Let me go ahead and focus this out. You don't need to download an app. You can actually take a screenshot directly from the phone itself. That's new with 4.0 ice cream sandwich. Only thing you need to do is hold down the volume rocker and the power button at the same time. So let's say I want to take a picture of the text message. So I want to take a picture of a text message. So let's just do this for an example. While I'm in here, let's go ahead and demonstrate messaging. As you guys can see, you can pull down the tab and you can get swipe, or you can have the typical ice cream sandwich keyboard. Now me personally, I don't like swipe that much, so I do have the Android keyboard. And then you can go ahead and use a full QWERTY keyboard, which, like I said, typing messages is a breeze on this keyboard. For me, that is, because I really don't have that big of thumbs. And then right here you can also use this to type out messages also, and it does go into landscape mode both ways. So let's just say I wanted to take a screenshot. What you would do is go ahead and focus that out again. What you would do is you would hold down the volume rocker, hold the down button on the volume rocker, and hold down the power key. And this only works for phones that are on ice cream sandwich. So let's go ahead and do that right now. I don't think it's going to work because I have the keyboard up. So right there, it took a picture of it, and if you slide down the window, it's going to say screenshots, and then you can look at the screenshots that you recently took. So this was just part 1 of the review. I will come back to you guys with part 2. So hopefully you guys have a good day. Please comment, rate, and subscribe. Peace.